Hey everybody and welcome. My name is Tess. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as that Tess girl. This is episode number 6. I think it's episode number 6. I tried to record last week, got about, I recorded the full episode so I thought, and I went to download it and to do some editing on it, and I only had 10 minutes saved of the episode. So, and I haven't been able to sit back down and record again. So I'm going to try to get one in really quickly today and then do a bigger one, catch-up one next week. Today is, let me check the date, August 27th. It's Thursday. And welcome. So real quick, a little bit of administrative chat here. So I've been calling the podcast Chit Chat, but it seems to me to be a little bit confusing since my blog is that Tess girl. .blogspot.com, and my tagline for my blog is just chatting it up. So in my channel on YouTube is that Tess girl, so I'm thinking this is just makes sense to call this that Tess girl just chatting it up and go from there. So you'll probably be seeing that roll out when I upload this episode. I'll make those changes. So well, how's everybody doing? It's crazy busy. Like I said, I'm crazy busy trying to fit in a real quick update and then get a bigger one done next week. So back to school craziness has been going on. Well, let's just say thank you. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. If you're new and just seeing me for the first time, thank you. I'm wearing a hat today because I'm kind of grungy. Yeah, I promise not to be grungy next time. I'll work on the less grunge. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit of chit chat, a little bit of knit chat today, and then probably that might be all I have time to get in today. So let's jump in and get started. Okay. So chit chat, crazy busy. Yeah, back to school. A lot of activities going on. PTA started having their volunteer committee meetings. All of those fun things. Homework. Yeah, homework. First grade homework. Just getting back into the swing of things. It's been just, you just fall out of during summer break, and then it takes a couple of weeks, I think, to really get back into the swing of things, and we're getting there. We're back. I think we're back. We have curriculum night. That's tonight. And I'm looking forward to that because I'm looking forward to hearing what's going to be going on this school year and what my daughter will be learning. So that'll be good. Yeah, just trying to get everything settled. And then I just looked down at my notes and completely forgot where I was going. So school, busy. Work is always busy. We already were into the full swing of things with birthday parties. We had one last weekend. We have another one coming up this weekend. We have a wedding this weekend. We're trying to figure out when we can make pickles, canned pickles. It's crazy. So much going on. And everything, because the pickles that we make takes 3 days. So we're trying to figure out the timing to get everything done, and nothing is lining up. Nothing. Some days you just can't. Some days you just can't. Time management is against you. I'm convinced of it. Oh well. It is what it is, right? We'll get the pickles made someday. One way or the other. We'll stay up all night making them, I guess. Really, that's all I have for chit chat. So we'll move right on into knit chat. And like I said, this is going to be quick today. So I have a hoe. I have one with this vanilla bean striped sock. I have one done. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably remember me posting. I was about right here with the heel. Let me turn it back this way. about right in through here with the heel. And I was ready to rip it out. I was like, I'm done. I can't keep going with this. And I actually decided to just set it aside and leave it in timeout for a few days, take a breather from it, see what I could figure out, how I felt about it. And then I decided to just pick it back up, plow straight on through the rest of the heel, and before you know it, I had a sock. So yeah, this is the Vanilla Bean Striped Sock Pattern by Emily O'Grady, and I have incorporated the OMG heel, Megan Williams OMG heel, for the heel. This is my second pair of socks where I've done the OMG heel, and I like the OMG heel. It doesn't use as much yardage. It's not that big. It just feels awkward when I'm knitting it. And I think that's my problem, is that it's just a little bit awkward for me when I'm knitting on it. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I'm not sure that I like the fit either. So this may be my last pair with that heel. But I also did was Susan B. Anderson. Susan B. Anderson had posted in one of her blog entries, or podcast entries, about using yarn from the opposite end of the skein to do your heels, so you didn't mess up the front of your sock with that repeat break. So what I did is I decided that I wanted my heel to be white, so I made my heel all white. So I pulled from the opposite end of the skein and pulled the white out and did a white heel. And I have the second one is on the needles now, and I'll do the same thing with it, is I'll pull from the other end of that skein or from the leftovers of this one and do my white heel there and keep my striping consistent on the front of my socks. So yay for that. Moving right along there. I also have one other skein of this. It's Knit Picks Felici in their Jingle Bell colorway, or Jingle colorway. So I keep calling these my Jingle Bell socks. I keep referring to them as my Jingle Bell socks. And so I'm going to do my daughter a pair of matchy socks to go with my socks for Christmas. And so my plan is to have mine and hers done by Thanksgiving. I think that's doable. I mean, you know, that's 2.5 months away. It's very doable. But I am doing these socks, Magic Loop, toe up. I love Magic Loop. Magic Loop, oh, it's fantastic. And these are on, I'm using my carbons, size 1 carbons. They're not going to focus good. My size 1 carbons on these socks. And yeah, I really like the carbons. I like knitting with the carbon needles. They've been, they're kind of light, a little bit lightweight. They've got a little bit of grip and a little bit of slide to them at the same time. So I really like knitting with these needles. There you go. There is my sock progress. Really quickly, I'm going to show you, I have another project on the needles. This is a project that my local yarn store is doing. It's a knit along that they're doing, that they're hosting. And it is the Staggered Shawl. I'm doing the wrong way. Can't get my camera to work today. There it goes. Staggered Shawl. And there you can see the picture a little bit better. And the designer is Amy Gunderson. And I am doing this pattern. So here's where I'm at so far. It's got a lot of ends that I have to weave in. Let me get that crazy business. So here I am. So I chose this blue and wrong way. This awesome color combination down here. Let me get them out better so you can see that better. So this is the main color. This is my contrasting. And I am knitting these. I've got the ball band over here somewhere. In Bamboo Pop by Universal Yarn. It is a 50% cotton, 50% bamboo blend. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to cover up the sticker. There it is, Bamboo Pop. It's a DK weight yarn, and this is Ocean. This one is, oops, Frosty Morning. And then I've got my contrasting black stripe going through there. Yeah, I'm making some progress on it. This one's probably going to be kind of a slow knit because I'm only knitting on it here and there and at knit night, my local knit night. But yeah, I like it. It's coming along. I think it's going to be a really cute shawl once it gets finished. So, these are I'm knitting these on size 7s. And these are my knit picks. They're metal, aluminum needles. I like that. I started knitting those on some Dreams, and they were so grippy that I was forcing the stitches. They weren't sliding easily, so I had to switch, and now they're so much better. So it's a nice yarn, kind of drapey. It is splitty, which is, but it's pretty. I think the finished project is going to be really lovely, but I do have to pay attention that I don't split my stitch. The pattern itself, although not bad, could be a little clearer in places. There's some errata on the main project page, and I really think had they just simply just made the pattern a little bit simpler as far as the instructions, it would be easier to go through. That's my opinion on it. But yeah, so far, I mean, it's easy. It's not difficult at all. It's very easy, and it does use garter stitch intarsia, which is a new to me technique. So I was really excited about actually using that and doing that, learning that process. So I was pretty excited to be doing that. So yay for new techniques, right? Yay for that. So yeah, so that was another, like I said, that was probably the primary reason that I wanted to do this particular pattern was the intarsia. I wanted to do the intarsia. I mean, it's a lovely shawl, but I wanted to learn that new technique. I wanted to take my knitting to another level and to do something that I had never done before. And intarsia has always kind of scared me a little bit. So I jumped right in there. I was like, yes, I am going to do this because I want to do the intarsia. I want to learn to do the intarsia better. So my final thing that I have, and then I'm going to let you guys go, like I said, it's going to be really quick today, super quick, is my progress on my Irish coffee. So, and then I have one other little thing that I was going to chat about real quick, but I am almost finished with my Irish coffee. Here is a big version of it. Let me see if I can get it up close. You can see the cables. My light's doing crazy things. But it's flying away. I'm almost finished. I'm not finished yet. I have one more sleeve to do. Weave in my ends and block. And I am done with the Irish coffee. This pattern is Irish Coffee by Thea Coleman, who is Baby Cocktails. Oh, I'm just out of it today. Baby Cocktails on Ravelry. Thea Coleman has some beautiful sweaters, and I really liked this one for the fall. I thought this was a very fall looking sweater, and I'm looking forward to wearing it. I did not make my sleeves as long as it calls for in the pattern because I wanted them to hit before they got to my elbow. So I'm probably an inch or an inch and a half shorter on my sleeves than the pattern says, but overall I'm pretty pleased with that. It'll be great. It's gonna look fantastic. So yeah, so there we have it. It's a little bit longer than the pattern for my size said to do, because I wanted it to be tunic length and not just sweater length. I wanted it to come down and have a little bit more length on it. And it did. It does. The only thing so far is I wish I had made my V a little bit deeper. But I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to worry about it. It looks good. It looks really good. So, yeah. So get my sleeve, my last sleeve done, weave in my ends, block it, and I am ready to go for fall. It's going to be awesome. Awesome, awesome. And I knit this in patterns. Classic wool or wool or superwash, one of their wools. Worsted weight. I think I've used 4 skeins of yarn for mine. I'll have to go back and look. I can't remember exactly. Once it's finished and blocked, I'll have those stats. But I just love that cable. So yeah, I used it Patton's wool, worsted weight in the coral. So this is coral colorway, and it's fantastic. I really do love this. This may be my for the Prairie Girls Legend Prairie project that they host at the end of each year. This is probably it. This is probably going to be it for me, because one, it's a good fitting sweater. It will be my first really good fitting sweater, my first full sweater with cables, and it fits. That's the amazing part. It actually fits good. Yeah, I do love it. So yeah, there we go. So that is everything that I had pulled out really quick that I wanted to update on for now. It's not everything that I had originally talked about, but it's what I've got time for today. I did want to give a quick update because Stash Dash is over. I blew it big time. I had great plans to knit and get done and get through all of these finished projects for Stash Dash. You know, a few weeks, well, probably more like a month in. It was probably the end of June, early July. I knew at that point I am not going to hit my Stash Dash numbers because I want to start all of these new projects. And I've been fighting that, but fighting the urge to start new projects also made me slower on my other projects, because I just kept looking at all of these new projects and thinking I really want to start that, but I have this other knitting that I really don't want to do and I want to avoid it. So other than, you know, knitting a sweater, I haven't really knit that much this summer. I really didn't. So that's interesting, and I don't know if I will try next year again or not on Stash Dash. We'll just have to wait and see when Stash Dash comes around. I'm sure I'll jump right in and hope for the best. Okay, that's really all I have time for today, guys. I really just wanted to get this recorded really quick with some quick updates and get something out there. So next week, hopefully next week, fingers crossed, I'll have a full episode with a whole lot more updates, as they tend to keep growing. So in the meantime, happy knitting!